A United States Army veteran and the son of a World War II naval officer, our next guest was appointed by President Trump to be the 13th Director of the United States Selective Service System in 2017. He served as a member of the State House of Representatives and of the State Senate for Washington. He also served as the senior White House advisor to lead the transition team at the Environmental Protection Agency. Please welcome Selective Service System Director Donald M. Benton. Wonderful to have you. Let me grab this.
Good morning. It is great to be here. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. In April of 2017, President Donald Trump appointed me to serve as the 13th Director of the United States Selective Service. It is an incredible honor to serve this president and this great nation. I appreciate being here with you at the American Legion National Convention. To be in the same room with all of these patriots lifts me up. And to hear Jim talk earlier about his experience brought tears to my eyes in the green room, as I'm sure it did most of you in the audience. The American Legion is comprised of patriots who have served this nation honorably in uniform. And you all continue to serve your country to this day. Thank you for what you have done and for what you are doing. You and the Legion have done great things for this nation, whether it was the push to pass the original GI Bill in 1944 or providing assistance to veterans in need in your own communities, or promoting patriotism, something that is vitally necessary to pass down to younger generations. In other words, the American Legion is a force to be reckoned with, and I'm so glad to be on your side. As you are aware, the Selective Services mission is pretty simple. We provide manpower to the United States military in times of national crisis. And, not many people know, we are charged with maintaining an alternative service program to provide meaningful work to conscientious objectors so that they can serve their nation as well for 2 years. And although we haven't had to use the Selective Service in recent years, we remain prepared and vigilant. Nobody ever knows, and nobody can predict when the next emergency will occur. To that end, we have focused heavily on registration efforts. And part of the reason why I'm here to talk to you today is to ask for your help in spreading the word about Selective Service registration. All men, including documented and undocumented immigrants, must register with the Selective Service within 30 days of their 18th birthday. For now, it's just men, but that could possibly change depending on what the courts and Congress decide over the next year and a half or so. But the law as it is today simply states that a man must register with the Selective Service when they turn 18. They have about a 7-year grace period. They can register while they're 25, but once you turn 26 years old, that door closes permanently. You can never register for the Selective Service if you've turned 26 and haven't done so. It is irreparable, which is why it is so important that we pass the word to our youth. Because once a man turns 26 and it's too late, they face a lifetime of denied benefits. You will never work for the federal government without a Selective Service number. You will never work for 31 state governments without a Selective Service number. and countless hundreds of counties, cities, and municipalities have passed the same laws. A young man severely inhibits his future employment opportunities if he is not registered for the Selective Service before he turns 26. In addition to that, they will never receive student aid, Pell Grants, or any federal aid whatsoever for college or school. They are not eligible for workforce innovation and job training under the Opportunity Act. And if they're not citizens, their citizenship application will be delayed automatically for 5 years if they have not registered for the Selective Service. Many private employers, such as FedEx, UPS, and others that have contracts with the federal government, and many contractors after 9/11 who have contracts for building things on our bases across the world, require Selective Service registration to be employed by them. So a growing number of private employers are adopting the same guidelines and rules. These penalties are in place for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. They're in place because they create an incentive for men to register. If registration numbers drop below 90%, any future military draft will lack fairness and equity. And as we all know, if a draft is perceived as unfair or unjust, public approval will disintegrate. And when that happens, without public approval, politicians start to backpedal. And it makes it very difficult for our brave troops to get the job done. And so I ask that you spread the word of message and the message of registration today to everyone you know, to your nieces and your nephews and your grandchildren, and at work, and your coworkers. It's vitally important that young men register for the Selective Service, and in some states our registration levels are dipping as low as 70%. We can't have that. We need your help. And if you'll spread the word, you will make America stronger. Heck, join our Speakers Bureau. Go give a speech at the local Rotary Club about Selective Service. You know, we have a booth here. Many of you have been by the booth. By a show of hands, how many local board members do I have in the audience? I have several local board members. I know I've met you. There's a couple over there. And in fact, your past national commander has agreed to become the state director now with the help of the governor of Wisconsin, Denise Rohan, and we're very excited about that. So as you see, Legionnaires continue to serve, and then they continue to serve. That's what you do. And that's why I'm so humbled to be here before you here today. So come by our booth. Stop by and chat with the incredible team that we have here. Ask questions. Learn about being a board member on the Selective Service Board. It's a presidential appointment, and we have many openings. We would be honored to have you serve on one of our boards. Not a lot of work unless we're activated, and we all knock on wood and pray that never happens. But if it does, rest assured, the Selective Service is vigilant and standing by to fulfill our mission. I never dreamed when my brother would send home that little envelope from Vietnam with "free" written up there where they usually put a stamp. And I was 15 years old, and I'd read those letters from him. I never dreamed that I would be in a position to serve this nation the way I am today. I take the job extremely seriously. You can ask those who work for me, because I inherited an agency that needed a little work, obviously. Well, we've tuned it up, and it's ready to go. And we're making it better every day. And with your help, it will make our nation even stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention today. Thank you for what I know you will do for us in passing the word, stop by the booth, find out about the Speakers Bureau, find out about board member service in your state, and about those presidential appointments. I'd be honored to appoint any Legionnaire to one of those boards. So please ask about it, find out about it, and step forward. We continue to need your service. Again, thank you for having me here today. God bless all of you for what you have done and what you continue to do. God bless our great President and Commander-in-Chief, and God bless our great country. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.